Marcus Bennett was leaving his office building on a snowy December evening when he saw a young woman crouched beside a child's wheelchair at the bus stop. Clearly distressed, the little girl in the wheelchair, maybe 4 or 5 years old, wore a red dress and looked up at her mother with worried eyes. Marcus hesitated. He had a dinner reservation. He was already late, but something about the scene made him stop. "Excuse me," he said, approaching carefully. "Is everything okay?" The woman looked up, tears on her cheeks. "I'm so sorry to bother you." "We're fine. Just the accessible bus didn't come, and the regular buses can't accommodate my daughter's wheelchair. We've been waiting for over an hour, and the next accessible bus isn't for another 2 hours. My phone died, so I can't call anyone, and it's getting so cold." The little girl shivered in her thin coat. Marcus made a decision. "Where are you trying to go?" "St. Mary's Hospital. My daughter has a treatment appointment. We already rescheduled once because the accessible transit broke down. If we miss this one, we'll have to wait another month." The woman's voice broke. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't be telling a stranger all this. I'm Marcus, and I have a car with plenty of room. I'd be happy to drive you to the hospital." The woman hesitated. "I don't want to impose. It's no imposition. You're stranded. It's freezing, and your daughter needs to get to her appointment. Let me help. I'm Rachel. This is my daughter Lily." Marcus knelt down to Lily's level. "Hi, Lily. Is it okay if I help you and your mom get to the hospital?" Lily nodded shyly. "Will your car be warm?" "Very warm. And I have heated seats." "What are heated seats?" "They're like sitting on a warm hug." Lily giggled. Marcus called his driver, explaining the situation. When David arrived with the SUV, Marcus helped Rachel lift Lily into a back seat while Rachel folded the wheelchair and stored it in the trunk. "This is the nicest car I've ever been in," Rachel said quietly as they drove. "It's just a car. Tell me about Lily's appointment. Is everything okay?" Rachel explained that Lily had cerebral palsy and received regular physical therapy treatments at St. Mary's. The sessions help with her mobility and strength. She's been making great progress, but getting there is always an adventure with the accessible transit system. It breaks down constantly, or doesn't show up, or is too full. "How do you usually manage?" "We manage. Sometimes my neighbor drives us, but she's out of town this week. I tried to take a taxi, but they won't take wheelchairs without advance notice. The bus was supposed to be our backup, but—" Rachel gestured helplessly. They arrived at St. Mary's with 10 minutes to spare. Marcus helped them inside, carrying Lily, while Rachel managed the wheelchair. "Thank you," Rachel said. "I don't know what we would have done without you. Would you be able to get home okay after the appointment?" Rachel's face fell. "I'll figure something out. Maybe the accessible bus will actually come this time." Marcus pulled out his business card. "Call me when the appointment is done. I'll have my driver come back for you, Mr. Bennett. I can't ask you to do that. You're not asking. I'm offering, please. It's no trouble." 2 hours later, Marcus's phone rang. It was Rachel, saying Lily's appointment was finished. David picked them up and drove them home to a modest apartment building in a less expensive part of the city. Marcus had come along this time, wanting to make sure they got home safely, as they helped Lily out of the car. Rachel said, "Mr. Bennett, I need to pay you for the gas and David's time." "Absolutely not. This was a kindness, not a transaction." "But Rachel, I'm a CEO of a tech company. I make more money than I know what to do with. Using my car to help someone who needs it is the least I can do." Over the following weeks, Marcus found himself thinking about Rachel and Lily. He'd given Rachel his number and told her to call if she ever needed help with transportation. She'd been reluctant to use it, but it finally called when the accessible bus failed to show for Lily's next appointment. Then it happened again and again. "The transit system in this city is a disaster," Marcus said as he drove them to yet another appointment. "How does anyone with accessibility needs get anywhere reliably?" "They don't," Rachel said simply. "We miss appointments. We're late for school. We can't get to grocery stores or pharmacies. It's just how it is when you're disabled and poor. That's unacceptable. Started researching. He learned about the underfunded accessible transit system, the long wait times, the constant breakdowns. He learned about families like Rachel's, who structured their entire lives around the unreliable schedule. And he decided to do something about it. Okay, I want to start a program. Marcus told Rachel one evening after dropping them off. A fleet of accessible vehicles, free to use for medical appointments, with reliable drivers and 24-hour availability. Would something like that help you? Rachel stared at him. That would help hundreds of families. But Marcus, the cost is something I can afford. But I need help designing it. I need to know what families actually need, not what I think they need. Would you be willing to consult on the project? I'd pay you, of course. You want to pay me to tell you about my life? I want to pay you to help me create a program that actually works for the people who need it. Over the following months, Rachel became an integral part of the project. She connected Marcus with other families, with disability advocates, with accessibility experts. Together, they designed a transportation program that addressed real needs. Marcus and Rachel also grew closer. He started joining them for Lily's appointments, not as a driver, but as a friend. He celebrated when Lily took 3 unassisted steps during a therapy session. He was there when she got her new braces. He became part of their lives. Can I ask you something? Rachel said one evening after they'd put Lily to bed in Rachel's apartment. Marcus had started staying for dinner after transportation runs. Why are you doing all this? The transportation program, I understand. You saw a problem and you're fixing it. But this, staying for dinner, helping with bedtime routines, becoming part of our lives. You're a billionaire. You could be anywhere, doing anything. Why are you here? Because a year ago, I saw a mother and daughter stranded at a bus stop in the cold. I could have walked past. I almost did. But I stopped, and you let me help. And in helping you, I found something I didn't know I was missing. What's that? Purpose, connection, a reason to leave work on time, someone who cares if I make it home safely. Marcus took her hand. Rachel, I was lonely before I met you. I had success and money and an empty life. You and Lily filled it with meaning. 'Cause I come with complications. A daughter who needs constant care, medical appointments, accessibility needs. You come with Lily. It's taught me more about courage and joy in 1 year than I learned in 40 years before her. You come with compassion and strength and the ability to find hope when systems fail you. That's not complications. That's everything I want. Rachel's eyes filled with tears. I'm falling in love with you. I'm already in love with you. Both of you. 2 years after that snowy evening at the bus stop, Marcus proposed in front of Lily, who'd been in on the plan and could barely contain her excitement. Rachel, you were stranded at a bus stop, and I offered you a ride. You've been taking me places ever since, places of meaning, of purpose, of love. Will you marry me? Rachel said yes through happy tears at their wedding. Marcus's toast included an announcement. The Bennett Accessible Transportation Fund is now operational in 10 cities. Plans to expand to 20 more. It's free, reliable, and designed by people who actually understand accessibility needs. This program exists because 2 years ago, I stopped to help someone who needed a ride. Rachel, you needed transportation, but I needed you to show me what matters, to teach me about resilience, to remind me that real success is measured in the lives we touch, not the money we make. Okay? Lily, now 7 and serving as flower girl, added her own speech. Marcus stopped when other people walked by. He didn't just give us a ride. He stayed. He became my family. That's what heroes do. They don't just help once. They keep showing up. Sometimes stopping at a bus stop changes everything. Sometimes the stranded family you help becomes your purpose. Sometimes a little girl in a wheelchair teaches you more about strength than any boardroom ever could. And sometimes it's offering someone a ride takes you exactly where you were meant to be all along. If this story touched your heart, please like and share it. Subscribe for more stories about choosing compassion and finding meaning through helping others. Leave a comment about when stopping to help someone changed your life. Your stories inspire us all.